It doesn't matter if you're doing dumbbells, pec deck, or cables. This is a very common mistake. We have the hug the tree form, and there's an issue with that. And here's how we're gonna correct this right away. The chest job, when in terms of flies, when we're doing cable flies, dumbbell flies, pec deck, we're doing exactly what the chest is meant to do, which is horizontal shoulder adduction. The entire chest connects from your clavicle head, your sternal head, and then your intercostal head. Basically, your pec minor, pec major, and pec under, I don't know, whatever. And they all attach to your humerus, your arm bone, and it pulls the arm in. The clavicle head of your arm helps pull the arm up and in. The sternal head of your arm of your chest helps pull it right in. And the intercostal, or the bottom part of your chest where you do pec deck, helps pull the arm down and in. So when we want full range of motion, regardless if you're going this way, or this way, the full range is when it goes from here all the way to here. Now I do it together, my hands are gonna come from here and they're gonna touch. They both almost passed my midline. That's your full range. Now, if I bend my arms a bit, I've now lost that full range of motion. So a lot of mistakes happen is we have this thing here, we're on the cables or pec deck and we're just doing this. We're just doing it most muscular. We're not really getting the fullness out of this. We wanna make sure that we finish here. So when we're doing dumbbells, if we're making that same mistake, it's even more of a big mistake and you're missing the mark. And here's the reason why. When we're doing dumbbells, remember I'm talking about gravity and how much it plays into how hard the rep is gonna be, or the line of tension. Right now, at the top of this lift, gravity is pushing my shoulders down and I can literally hold this weight here forever. Remember, my shoulder wants to do shoulder adduction. It wants to pull the weight in, pull it in. Once it gets to here, it is no longer doing anything. So if you're doing this and this, we've missed the mark completely because we're not really doing anything to the chest. So what we want to do with dumbbells is the same as we do in terms of setting up with doing flat bench, incline, decline, whatever. Feet planted on the floor, from floor to core. Sitting back on the bench, engaging your glutes and your core. We're gonna push the weight up, shoulders gonna be back and away from your ears. Now from here, we're gonna open up slowly, and then we're gonna start bending the elbows so that the weight still stays over the chest. If I decide to do this, this hurts extremely bad on my shoulders. And I'm just doing this for you guys, so you're welcome. This is how much I care about you guys. This hurts. We don't wanna do this. We want to bend the elbows a little bit so we can get that full range, so we can get that chest to stretch at the bottom. And then when we're pulling back up, we're pulling up, and then we're pulling in and squeezing when we get here. Right here, there's still tension on my chest, and I'm at a full range of motion. Then we go back again, we're opening it up. Then we're gonna bend those arms so that we can get those elbows behind the body to get the full range of motion. I stretch in our chest, a nice stretch. Then we're gonna push up and squeeze the chest. And we're gonna finish as if we're doing bench. We're gonna push ourselves into the bench. We don't want our shoulders to roll this way, so we have this rocking motion here. We wanna make sure our shoulders are back away from the ears, so we're nice and flat on the bench. And that's gonna stretch our chest even more. So on the way back, from here, bend the elbows. Don't let the weights come behind your chest. And then from here, we can push up and in. And we're doing this, get a nice weight that you can control, because we don't want to just throw the weight up in here. We want to control it down, and we want to squeeze up and ease into it and squeeze. Open up, ease into it and squeeze. So to wrap things up from the top, most of these cues are basic cues you could use for every one of these accessory movements. We want to make sure that the load stays on that isolated muscle without distributing too much of the rest of it with a bunch of unnecessary body language. And then we're doing dumbbell flies, regardless if we're doing cable flies, pec deck, or dumbbells. We want to make sure that we're getting a full range of motion by making sure our arms are completely straight at the top to get the full range of motion of shoulder adduction. We also want to make sure our shoulders are backward from the ear so we don't have our traps up again as well too. And again, the top of this lift, we want to make sure that we don't come all the way in here, that we leave it outside a bit so we can keep the tension on our chest the entire time. So I hope that gives you a clear understanding of how to activate those desired muscles in those accessory lifts so you can get a better muscle-minded connection and get a better overall stimulus of the muscle so we can grow that much better and more efficiently. How many times have you been training but lost the pump? You lost your drive, and maybe you can feel your body breaking down from muscle cramps. Well, I'm sorry, but drinking more water or taking more caffeine won't fix the underlying issue. Guess what? I have the answer for you. Blue Star Nutraceuticals Amino Fast will increase performance, reduce muscle soreness, improve hydration, and prevent cramps. And guess what? All our flavors taste amazing. So guys, hit the description below your next order of Amino Fast now. Okay, back to the show. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. You guys know what it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.